Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another update video, and like promised, of course, I'm doing the content list for the Simpsons tapped out Treehouse of Horror XXXII update, aka, as I'm nicknaming it, the dinosaur update. So, this update's been a bit rocky for me. I don't think it's been a great update. I don't think it's been the worst pile of garbage ever. But I definitely think there are some weak spots and some good spots in this update. So we're going to go through all of the content, the new content that was added in this update. We'll obviously talk about the characters, costumes, NPCs, buildings, decorations, and we'll also look at the mystery box stuff as well. And yeah, that's pretty much the video, and at the very end I'll kind of just give my overall feels, my closing thoughts for the entire update. Just want to say, I think the quest line for this update was pretty... I think it was good at tying in all the different segments, but it wasn't that interesting for me. That's basically my opinion on the quest line. It wasn't that great. I don't know, the quest lines have kind of gone downhill for me, especially it feels like there's like less care put into them lately, but at the very least they did loosely tie everything together, so I'll give them credit for that. But yeah, let's get into the content that was added. So first up, we obviously have our characters. So not actually that many characters. There was only a total of 5. Obviously, normally we get 8 with some costumes sometimes swapped out. Now this update gave us 5 characters, obviously, that you can see here. 3 of which were Act Premium, 1 was a Guilds deal, and 1 was free. And the only free character was actually Comic Book Ram. Now, I think Comic Book Ram is the worst out of all these characters, so my opinions on Comic Book Ram aren't that strong. I don't think he's a bad character. I do think there is some cool stuff with him. I think his animations are fine, for example, but I honestly do think the character was the wrong one to be in the prize track. I feel like they should have added Walrus Homer and given us Walrus Homer instead, or at the very least give us Pamper Marge and throw in Comic Book Ram into the store. I don't know. I just find Comic Book Ram a little underwhelming as the free character. It's definitely the worst out of this bunch for me. The second character was the Act 1 Premium, and that was Grandpasaurus. Grandpasaurus, I think, is fine. I like him. He's got voice. He's pretty cool. He's big. He looks awesome. His animations are pretty decent too. However, my one sort of critique is I kind of feel like this should have been a costume, especially considered the geriatric Park Burns is a costume, and that's Burns in his geriatric Park Burns manager getup, and this is Grandpa turned into a dinosaur. And so for that reason, I feel like Grandpasaurus should be a costume. I just find all of what they make a costume, what they make a character, it's so inconsistent. That's what annoys me the most. I wouldn't be so bothered if they just stuck to something and they ran with it. But like, you know, we got Mad Dr. Hibbert as a costume. However, Comic Book Ram and Pamper Marge are characters. Grandpasaurus is a character, whereas Geriatric Park Burns is a costume. It feels like they take the crappy thing and make it into a costume because they know it's so crappy that if it was a character it'd be like really bad. Like if Geriatric Park Burns was a character, that would be like the worst ever character. But like this would be like an awesome costume for Comic Book Guy. This would be an awesome costume for Marge. Why not make them costumes? And same goes for the Grandpasaurus. So that's just my opinions on that. Yeah, I think the character's fine and cool and awesome, but I just would have preferred it if it was a costume. The Over-Under Beast, I think, is pretty solid. Of course, this was the Guilds deal. It came with the Rats Court Mall. I actually really like the Over-Under Beast. I think he's cool. His animations are one of them involving raccoons. Jesus Christ, can we stop it with the raccoons? I'm really annoyed. So many characters this year and last year have animations with goddamn raccoons. I'm getting sick of them. And then next up, they should just add a raccoon as a character, right? Just raccoon NPCs. Next character is Pamper Marge. I talked about this in my Act 3 and 4 review, but I think Pamper Marge is cool. I like her. I think she looks cool. I think her animations are cool. Again, same thing applies for Comic Book Ram and Grandpasaurus. Should be a costume, but it's a fine character nonetheless. And then finally, the Sentient Lard Lad statue. Again, my opinions on this are, I'm repeating from the Act 3 and 4 review, but I think the Sentient Lard Lad is a cool enough character. I think he should have been bigger, and I would have liked a Rampage animation to be a bit more active and include the big donut and stuff like that. I agree with everyone there. And yeah, I feel like he should have been scaled up just a little bit more. I don't think it's too. I don't know. I'm like 50-50 on it. I think his size isn't a massive issue, but I definitely think his animations are an issue, and his questline was a bit sucky too. So that is the characters overall. How would I rank them? Let's go. I think the best character for me. Oh god, that's actually a difficult one. I actually find that kind of difficult because like on like a blanket view before the update came out, I would have said the sentient Lord statue, but now I'm like questioning. Ooh. Do you know what? I'm still going to say the sentient Lord statue is my favourite. I know he has like one kind of crappy animation, but I think he is my favourite. Followed by Grandpasaurus, followed by the Over-Under Beast, followed by Panthermarge. Oh no, I don't know. Actually, do you know what? No. Followed by, after Grandpasaurus, I would say then Panthermarge, then the Over-Under Beast, and then Comic Book Ram. The Over-Under Beast is cool, and like he's the one dude, as well as the Lord statue, who definitely should have been a character, and he is cool, but like he is pretty much just a parody character at the same time, and I don't know, I feel like it's a lazy parody at that, so he doesn't interest me that much, but I do think he does look cool, but it's just the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, really, so I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. So we have costumes. So we've of course had 4 costumes in this update. 2 of which were free, and one of which was premium, Act Premium, and the other was Super Premium. So let's talk about them. So the first is Geriatric Park Burns. This was of course an Act 1 prize and was completely free. I think Geriatric Burns as a costume is meh. I don't care that much for it. It's going to be a costume I forget in by like 4 updates. I would have completely forgotten about this costume. It's not going to be a costume I go back to very often either. The animations are fine, I guess, but apart from that, I don't care that much about this costume. But at the same time, I'm glad they added it at least. You know, it's nice to have it as like your little. Mr. Burns kind of leads this event a little bit, so it's nice to have like a unique costume for Mr. Burns instead of it just being Burns as regular character. So I don't hate it, but I don't think it's anything special. But at the same time, I'm glad they added it. Then we have Bionaut Marge. I don't care that much about this one. The animations are okay, I guess, but really the look of the costume isn't that unique, and I don't know, it's just, again, with Geriatric Park Burns, it's going to be a costume I forget about in like 3 or 4 months. So, yeah, that's pretty much just my thoughts on Bionaut Marge. Then we have Mecha Charmers. I think this costume is awesome. I'm glad they added it as a costume, but again, it is so inconsistent. It annoys me how inconsistent it is, because like at first we all thought that this was going to be a character, and then it was revealed to be a costume, which is a nice surprise. But it is just inconsistent. But I'm glad this one is a costume nonetheless. I think this costume's awesome. I think it's got 2 great animations, especially the one where he's out of the suit cleaning it. That one's really cool. I think the questline was decent enough as well. Yeah, I'm really happy with this costume. I think it looks awesome too. I definitely think this is the best costume of the update by far. And then finally we have Test Subject Bart. Even if this was a free costume, I wouldn't have been too sold on it. Now, this is a costume for Bart, regular Bart, but it should be a costume for Mooch Bart, technically, or another version of Bart if you want. And it's really odd that this was the thing that wasn't a separate character. Like, especially with like getting Martin of the Opera and things like that, and all these different future versions of the characters. I would have expected this one to be a character. Like, it wouldn't have surprised me at all. It being a costume is actually like really weird. It doesn't make any sense. And yeah, so it's inconsistent, and that's what annoys me. The costume itself is meh. I don't care that much. It looks cool, but the animations and stuff aren't great. The questline wasn't that amazing either. Yeah, plus it's super premium, which is never good. Obviously, it's with a tray of 132 donuts, so not a huge fan of that one whatsoever. So it gets a big thumbs down from me. Let's move. Oh, wait, I can rank them. So if I'm going to rank them all, Mecha Charmers is the best, then followed probably by Bionaut Marge, then Geriatric Park Burns, then Test Subject Bart, just because of the price. Moving on, NPCs. So we got 2 NPCs this update, one of which was the sentient red devil realty sign. Now, I think this one is cool enough. I still think that he should have had tasks. I understand that maybe like he falls loosely into the realm of like NPC, but also like you could have given him tasks. I just think for the way that they structured this update, he should have been given tasks. That way, for the fourth act, we would have got one character and a costume. It would have made the fourth act a bit stronger for me. And for that reason, I feel like he should have been given tasks. But even as an NPC, he's pretty cool, so I don't hate on it too hard. And then we have the Hadrosaur Bouvier. This NPC gets a big fat thumbs down. Hate this NPC. It, of course, I think it looks ugly for a starter. No offense to Marge's mother, alright. Second of all, it doesn't have anything unique about it, even though it's super premium. It unlocks with a stack of 60 donuts. So at the very least, they should have given some feature for this. It should have earned XP or cash or, heights currency or something like that, or like monorail pieces. It should have done something. But no, it doesn't unlock anything. You just tap it. It makes a groan and that's it. I just think it's poor. It's pretty poor. Like, if you're gonna make something super premium like this, you gotta give like the NPC some unique feature. And so for that, I give a big thumbs down for the Hadrosaur. Here's an idea. What about the Hadrosaur? If you buy it, it's able to construct the you tap it like 3 times every 8 hours, and you get a free geriatric park wall. That could have been a really cool feature. That way, you encourage players to buy donuts, the 60 stack, and it's a good deal. You're buying this, but you're getting these walls for free every 4 hours. And then past this update, you can keep doing it. So players don't have to, rake out a bunch of money if they want to build out their farm. They can their geriatric park. They can buy the Hadrosaur for 60, with a stack of 60 donuts, and then keep tapping it every 4 hours or 8 hours, or whatever you want to make it, 12 hours, 24 hours, you can do whatever. So eventually, at least somewhere down the line, they can actually build their little park. That's a cool solution. I like that solution. There you go. That's what they should have done when Hadrosaur burns. Bouvier, sorry, not burns. And so, in terms of how I'd rank them, Red Devil Realty would be number 1, and Hadrosaur would be second. Pretty poor. Moving on. We have buildings, so let's have a look at these buildings. So, by the way, I have not included the Parasite House. I don't consider that a part of this update. I consider that as a part of the Season 32 episode tie-in, but I know the wiki lists the Parasite House as a building from this update. So, just a heads up, that's why the Parasite House isn't here. But of course, the Parasite House did come in the Season 32 prize track. So, let's have a look at the buildings for the Treehouse of Horror update. So, the first one, I should probably say, first of all, there was a total of 4 free buildings, these ones here. 5 free buildings, these ones here. And 2 premium buildings, with the Hibbert's Bungalow also being added to the store after you unlock the first one. So you can buy as many as you like, basically. So, first up, we have the Geriatric Park Visitors Centre. Yeah, it looks nice enough. It's cool enough, I guess. Nothing to go crazy about, but nothing to hate at all. So, yeah, I like that one. The Geriatric Park Pond, again, same thing. Nothing to hate about it, nothing to go crazy about. That's all I have to say, really. They're definitely cool to get. I'm glad, again, like, if they didn't add them, I'd be weirded out and a bit mad. But at the same time, they're nothing crazy, okay? But they're good. They're definitely good. Then we have the House of Pain. I like this one. Pretty cool looking. I kind of wanted it a bit bigger, but yeah, I think it's fine. The Hibbert Island Bungalow, it's pretty cool. I like the fact you can buy multiple of them and build your own little Hibbert Island section. So yeah, pretty happy that they added that to the store. Although I kind of wish they added it for cash. Maybe that's just me. But like, it used to be the thing, like back in the day, you used to be able to buy certain buildings in like the Halloween updates for cash. So I remember like the spooky cabins, you could buy as many as you want and they were all cash. And a few things with donuts that you could buy multiple of. But yeah, I don't know. It would just be nice, like, and for a change, if they could add like a building like this to the store instead of adding it, to the store as cash instead of adding it to the store as donuts. I think that would have been a nice change. So I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. Then you have the New Invention Expo. Really like this one. Think it looks awesome. Pops out really nice. So big thumbs up for that one. Very awesome building. Then we've got the Geriatric Park Dome. I like it a little. I like it for the most part. Nothing crazy to go crazy about it, but it definitely is a pretty cool looking building. I like the fact that all these old people turn into dinosaurs when someone goes into the building, so that's a cool animation at least. And then we have the Rats Court Mall, which is the Guildsdeal building. Like this one as well. I know we've got similar malls in the past, but I think this one stands out quite a bit. So is like its own unique mall, so I like it a lot. Moving on, there's some more buildings. We have the Rigel 7 military base. This one's a bit bland to me. It looks like it needs a bit more detail for it to stand out a bit more. I don't know. On its own, it kind of looks a bit crappy for me, and I feel like it's definitely not a building that relies heavily on decoration to really make it fit in. So for me, I'm not crazy about this one. I don't hate it, but I'm just not mad about it. And then we have the Mad Dr. Hibbert's Manor right here. Looks pretty cool. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. This isn't Mad Dr. Hibbert's Manor. It's the Van Houten Villa. Because guess what? This is the Mad Dr. Hibbert's Manor. And I just want to like illustrate this. How similar these look. I know like if you look at the shape, they don't you know, that you can tell the difference when you look at the shape. But if anyone honestly thought right when I had this picture up, if you're being honest, tell me if you're being honest, and I'll pretend to believe you. But tell me if you generally thought when I like clicked this PowerPoint up that you were like, hang on, that's definitely not Mad Dr. Hibbert's Manor. Before I said it, I mean, because honestly, they look like the same to me. Like I know that the shape is like fairly different, but the colours are the same. You know, they're both villas. They both kind of have like the same type of like window colours and stuff, and like even like little details on it. I guess this one looks a bit better. But like, yeah, like I don't know, these buildings to me are so generic. I'm bored of villas. I can't be arsed with them anymore. I'm done. I'm glad they added it at least. Like I'm not gonna say, you know, I don't think they should have not added it, but at the same time, I don't have to like it. Okay, so yeah, not crazy about this one whatsoever. I'm getting bored of them. And then finally, we have the Van Brunt and Churchill Ad Agency. I actually love this building a lot. I think it's simple, but it really pops out nicely. And yeah, really cool looking building. So big thumbs up for that one. So in terms of my ranking, how would I rank everything? I think the best is definitely Van Churchill Ad Agency. This is the best building for me. And then followed by that, I'd probably say the Rats Court Mall. Actually, no, I would say the New Invention Expo next. Then the Rats Court Mall. Then the House of Pain. Then the Bungalow. Then the Welcome Centre. Then the Pond. Yeah, then the Pond. Then I would probably have this one, although I do think it needs a lot of decoration. Then the Battle Dome, not Battle Dome, then the Dome, and then finally, the worst building for me is the Villa, just because I'm sick of villas. Moving on, we have some decorations. So, let's have a look. So, the Geriatric Park front gate is the first decoration we get. Cool, glad it was added at least. It's in the prize track, it's part 2, makes sense. Yeah, awesome. I do think it's a bit difficult to connect the walls. It's a bit tricky, because you have to like flip the walls the other way if you have the gate a certain way in your town, but for the most part it's cool enough. So that one gets a big thumbs up. The Geriatric Park helicopter, it's obviously free and then it becomes donuts in the store. This one's fine, nothing to go crazy about. Geriatric Park exploration pods, I actually really like this decoration, I think it's really cool, so yeah, big thumbs up for that one. Sideshow Mel Monster Truck, don't care for. The Future Military Jeep kind of looks cool, but don't care for that much. The human-sized body bag truck, I don't care for that much. The Geriatric Park Jeep, I actually do like. I'm a sucker for that because of the Jurassic Park connection, but that's about it. I will say though, I feel like we got too many vehicles. Like we got the Bionaut ship, this. Even this, you can technically count as a vehicle too. So many vehicles, kind of a vehicle overload. If this was a car event, I would let them off. You know, I'd be like, okay, it's a car event, you kind of have to add cars. But, like, there's just so many. And I realise that it's just the nature of the segment. Obviously, most of these come from the Geriatric Park segment. Obviously, this one does, this one does, this one does, and this one does. But, like, why do we need the monster truck? And why do we need this? Oh, I guess this one was to the Rigel 7 thing. But the monster truck's so confusing to me. Can someone let me know what's... Wait, hang on. What episode is that from? Just to check. Is that from the episode? Maybe I missed it when I watched it. Treehouse aura. BBB. Yeah, no, it's from a completely different segment. What a weird thing to add. Yeah, the monster truck makes no sense. They just... I don't know how they... I forget how they tied it in the quest line, but, like... yeah, that makes no sense. That's so weird. Why would they add that? Anyway, moving on. Next thing we have is the spider bot trees. I'm like on this one. It's cool enough. I don't know. I'm never like massive on decorations that include like a character or like a character we already have. And I don't know if spider bot was enough to make like a character out. I feel like there wasn't there wasn't like a big demand. Sorry, I'm like, I've just been distracted because of the fireworks. What I was saying is, like, I don't think I really want the spider bot that much. Like, I don't know if I really need that as a costume, but at the same time, or a character, at the same time, I don't know, I'm not, like, that crazy about adding characters to decorations. That's why I kind of hate crowds. Then we have the Peace Marker ray gun. So basically, it looks like this, but when you tap it, it looks like this. I actually really like this decoration. I think it's very cool. So, thumbs up for that one. Then we have the Bionaut ship. I mean, it being the final prize made sense, I guess. It's not like an amazing final prize, like it is a bit, but at the same time, I think the quest line made it make sense at the very least, and I think it does look cool, so I give a thumbs up to that one. And then finally, we have the Geriatric Park wall, which of course was added to the store for $2 each, or you're able to buy a Geriatric Park wall bundle, which I forget exactly how much it is. So what I will say about this is, I hate it. I hate the wall. I actually hate the Geriatric Park wall. And do you know why? Do you want to know why? Because it's premium. That's the only reason why I hate it. It'd be fine if it was just added as cash. I would say, hey, the wall's nothing special, but at the very least it's cash and you can build your park. So that's cool. And that's what I would have said about it if it was cash, but it's donuts. And I actually really despise the fact that this is donuts. It makes it so you're unable to build your park. Like, unless you want to splash out a bunch of donuts, you're not going to be able to make a very big park. In fact, if you don't have any donuts or you're saving your donuts for a character, maybe you have a few saved up to buy like 3 or 4 of these walls, but you're not going to be able to buy very many, and I just think that's really crappy. And as well, as a side note, I just want to say, because this update kind of served as a zoo update or Mozark update part 2. And I think that makes sense, because you're building a park in this update, so it makes sense to re-add the zoo items. I do think that's fair. And also it just allows people who missed the zoo update to do the zoo. But they re-added these zoo walls for donuts. It's so weird, because they were cash in the original update. I don't know, I just find that kind of crappy. Yeah, I just think it's kind of shitty, really, especially considering they added, like, all the other items. They added all the other items back as whatchamacallit. Oh god. They added all the other zoo items back for cash, but they made the walls donuts. It feels like a cash grab to me. I don't know. It just feels kind of shitty and shady. Yeah, not a huge fan of that, really. So the wall for me gets a big thumbs down just because it's donuts. And I know that's like sometimes people who are like hacked players don't always think about this, and sometimes I've been guilty of this in the past. Like sometimes I'll see something that's like donuts, like for example when God came out and it was like 777 donuts, and like that's a ridiculous price for a character, even for a significant character as God. Like it's still a ridiculous ass price and makes no sense, and it was just made that price so it would be 777. And like I've been blind in the past and I've kind of said like, oh, this is still really, really awesome, so I don't care. But, so I've been guilty of it in the past. But with this wall, I just think it's like extra thing. Because at least you can make the argument with God being like 777 donuts. Like he's a very, very rare character. And also he does have that whole cash thing. And do you know what? Why not have like a really, really expensive thing? Screw it. I mean, like, yeah, it's not very nice to the finger players, but like, I don't know. Like, at the very least, God is not like a necessity. But this wall, and with the zoo wall as well, if you want to make your park, you just can't if you don't have donuts. Unless you spend donuts, you can't make your park. Sorry, screw you. Haha. Give us your money. That's what it feels like, and that's why I just don't like this wall. And the fact that they re-added the zoo wall for donuts when it was cash in the original thing, yet all the other zoo items are just cash. That's what I hate about it. So yeah, screw it. Moving on. Obviously there was one animation we got, and that animation was, of course, the ride in an exploration pod animated job. I think this job should have just been added with the exploration pods. Really annoying that this took up price slot. I'm normally okay with animations taking up 1 or potentially 2 slots in a update prize tracks, but this particular animation was for a character that was added in this update and also a decoration that was added in this update. So for that, I'm not fussed on it. Moving on, we have the mystery box. So of course, for this update, there was a special mystery box, which was all like this, and obviously you have a token, you buy it, and you can get this mystery box. There's actually something that I didn't have, which I didn't even know I didn't have, and I don't actually know how I didn't have it, because I played the update where that item was added, so I'm very confused. But yeah, I actually got something out of this update, out of this mystery box, which was a bit weird and fun, but yeah, that was a unique experience. I actually got to briefly experience the mystery box. So let's have a look. So this is the stuff it adds. So obviously you have the Dilophosaurus, makes sense obviously. The dinosaur lake, makes sense. Prehistoric jungle, the flying Bronchosaurus. So the prehistoric jungle and the flying Bronchosaurus and the dinosaur lake. I think the dinosaur lake is like a pretty cool decoration, so I'd give that one a pass. The prehistoric jungle is kind of crappy, and the flying Bronchosaurus is kind of crappy. So I don't know, they weren't like amazing prizes. Moe's Cavern with Caveman Moe. Not a crazy about the character, but I guess at the very least it's a building character combo, and it makes sense. The Peak Atom Park, makes sense I guess. Gee, does it? What is the Peak Atom Park? I don't even remember what that is. Hang on, I'm just loading up a picture. Oh god. Wait, it was a part of the zoo. No, it does make sense. The Cletus's monster truck with manager Cletus, I guess because they added a monster truck, so whatever. Frankenstein, very cool. The pterodactyl nest, kind of crappy. The tar fields, kind of crappy. The dinosaur skeleton, kind of crappy. The baby T-Rex, cool enough. Bulldozosaurus, I guess, cool. Oasis, kind of crappy as a mystery box prize. The giant screamer pillar is awesome. The attack helicopter is fine. The hovercopter is fine. The EPA hoverjet is okay. The Triceratops statue is kind of crappy, and it depends. The T-Rex, I don't know what that is, I guess, kind of crappy. The discount safari entrance, that is just a generally... What a shit prize for a mystery box. I feel sorry for anyone who got that when they were like hoping to get like something really cool. Slimu Auditorium is cool. The shuttle hangar is cool. The wildlife sanctuary is cool. The exotic petting zoo is cool. The ancient dig is... Wait, what? Ancient dig? Wait, that's the thing I got, wasn't it? I'm thinking of a different thing. Yeah, that was cool. The Museum of Natural History makes sense. Pretty cool. The Rogelian Queen is okay. The Rogelian North Pole is okay as well, I guess. The basketball court, fine. Canary and Bird's House is pretty cool. The Darwin Fish is cool. The Bob Clone Bundle, I don't like the Bob Clones, but I guess it's not so bad. You're getting free NPCs after all. And the Heavenly Hills Bundle is a pretty cool thing. So overall, I feel like this mystery box is great if this was just a dinosaur update, but kind of crappy in terms of like a Halloween update. There's not much returning Halloween stuff. Like, you know, you get in the where was it? Frankenstein. You're getting Frankenstein, which is cool, and like that's a real Halloween character. And the Rigelian stuff I think is fair as well, and even the Bob clones, I guess you could argue a little bit. But everything else is like just like prehistoric stuff or like dinosaur shit. And like as in terms of like a Treehouse of Horror mystery box, it was kind of crappy. I generally think the solution to this really is have 2 mystery boxes. Have one that's like on the theme, and then have another one that is just general Halloween stuff. And then make in the prize track, make it so you win both, you know? Why not? Be nice, you know? Or if you really want to be stingy, make it so like you win the dinosaur mystery box token in Act 1, and then you win the Halloween one in Act 2, and then in Act 3 you win the dinosaur one, and in Act 4 you win the Halloween one. Make it like that. So at the very least, players have the option. Or here's another thing, have it so like have like a Oh god, I don't know how to do this. But have it so basically, let's say the tokens cost something, right? So to buy a token, it costs another currency, let's say. This is like really convoluted and dumb, and maybe a bit too convoluted. But let's say in order to get one token, you have to hand in another token. So basically, at the end of each act, you get a token, and then you hand it in for either a dinosaur token or a Halloween token. So you get to decide which one you want. I don't know. There's many options they can do, but I just feel like having a separate Halloween box would have been a cool extra thing, because I just feel like this stuff is all too dinosaur-y and not enough Halloween-y. So that is the update as a whole. What are my opinions on it? Well, like I said, I think this one is a bit rocky. There's definitely strong points in this update for sure. I think when everyone saw this, like they saw the splash screen, they saw kind of like the Grandpasaurus and the sentient lard lad, and I think people just kind of saw those stuff and they went a bit crazy about it. And like, I don't know, like even like on the different Discord servers and people on YouTube and Reddit, I saw so many people like really hyped for this. And I was hyped at first, I'll admit. When I first saw this update, I was like, oh god, this looks awesome. Like, oh great, this looks great, you know? Like, yeah, it's dinosaurs, but like, I don't know, this one seems pretty solid. But really, playing it, it's been a bit of a drag. I find all the Treehouse of Horrors a bit of a drag. This whole update was, like, it's fine. It's nothing crazy. Actually, is it fine? No, I think I'd go as far to say bad. Yeah, I feel like I would go as far to say this is a bad update. Better than a good update. Yeah, I feel like this one ranks low, but I can definitely see this update being like the favourite amongst fans. I can see me getting blown out in terms of my opinions when it comes to like the Tapped Out Awards, which is coming very soon, by the way. Everyone make sure you're ready. When it comes to the Tapped Out Awards, I can see this one winning, like, you know, without a doubt, and it would not surprise me. So that is the Treehouse of Horror update. So let me know your opinions on all the different items. Oh, did I have ranked decorations? I can't be asked ranking decorations, let's be honest. Yeah, tell me your thoughts on this update. Did you like it? What are your opinions? Maybe like tell me what your favorite character is, your favorite building, and your favorite costume. Favorite character, building, costume. All right, that's what I want to see from everyone. Give me your favorite character, building, and costume. Okay. You better leave a comment, please. I've not got many comments in videos lately, and I don't know. I actually prefer comments to likes. I'm confused. Like, comments are the best thing. I know I don't always respond to them, but I read every comment. I just don't always respond to them. Mainly because I can't be asked typing out. So if I give you like a little love heart, it means I've read it at least. Or if I don't give you a love heart, it might just mean I read it, but I didn't care to give you a love heart. So anyway, let me know your thoughts, like I said, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.